Aloha, it's Kiana Cayabyab, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, mahalo to Long Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Long Drugs for all your shopping needs. In Hawaii, concerns are growing over proposed federal Medicaid cuts that could slash up to $880 billion nationwide over the next decade. Advocates warn this could strain local hospitals and leave thousands without vital care. Medicaid, or MedQuest in Hawaii, covers more than 400,000 residents, including 1 in 3 keiki and most nursing home patients. Leaders like Governor Josh Green and U.S. Senator Mazie Hirono are vowing to fight the cuts, saying they threaten the state's most vulnerable. For many, like Kona Hospital COO Amy Feely Austin, Medicaid was a lifeline in times of crisis. Honolulu police are investigating a double shooting in Hawaii Kai that left 2 men injured and a suspect still on the run. The incident happened Sunday night near Nawiliwili and Kalalau streets following an argument that escalated when an unknown male opened fire. A 28-year-old and a 19-year-old were shot and treated for their injuries. Police closed nearby roads during the investigation, but have yet to identify or locate the suspect. Anyone with information is urged to call HPD or Crime Stoppers at 808-955-8300. The Honolulu Police Department is facing a major staffing shortage with over 800 vacancies split between sworn officers and civilian positions. Recruitment has dropped nearly 60% since 2020, prompting HPD to ramp up outreach at job fairs, schools, and through social media. While applications have risen in 2024, retention remains a challenge, especially among experienced officers retiring early or leaving for higher-paying jobs elsewhere. HPD is now focusing on targeted recruitment and incentives to attract and keep both officers and support staff. Hawaii nonprofits could receive up to $80 million in state grants this year as lawmakers prepare for possible federal funding cuts under the Trump administration. That includes $30 million in traditional grants and aid and a new $50 million fund through Senate Bill 933 for nonprofits impacted by future cuts. While many praise the funding, some lawmakers raise concerns about transparency, since just 4 legislators will decide how the $50 million is distributed. Governor Josh Green will now decide whether to sign the bills into law. The Rainbow Warriors shut out 7th-ranked Oregon State 5-0 at Les Murakami Stadium Sunday, thanks to a stellar 3-pitcher performance by Cooper Walls, Liam O'Brien, and Isaiah Magdaleno. Walls threw 5 scoreless innings, while O'Brien and Magdaleno sealed the win in relief. Connor Palmera blasted his first home run of the season, and Matthew Mira added a 2-run double. The victory snaps a 2-game skid for Hawaii and sets up tonight's sold-out series finale at 6:35 p.m. Aloha, we are here at the Hilton Hawaiian Village, and I am so lucky to have this opportunity to talk story and sit next to an incredible actor with an extensive career, acting resume, and all of these credits. You also may recognize him from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on Disney Channel as Esteban. Adrien Ramante.
Actually, Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de Rosa Ramirez, to be correct.
I am fangirling over here. Wait, can you just do it? I'm just kidding. Well,
I'll do
Adrien,
whatever. I'll do whatever.
Thank you. It's so nice that you are here in Hawaii, and I'm starstruck. Like, I grew up watching you on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and I must say, you are a superstar in my eyes, and you actually worked on the production for 8 years.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that? Just your experience on the show, your relationship with all the other actors and whatnot.
I could be here forever telling you the story, but I will say that it's quite simple. It was just another audition, you know? And when as I pursue acting in my 20s, I kind of approached the industry as a business, which everybody should, even though it's a dream, right? So I actually had 2 careers going at the same time. I used to be a 9th and 10th grade high school English teacher.
Wow.
And I pursued acting. And the reason why I decided to do that is because I never wanted to give up my dream of acting, right? Because you get a ton of auditions, you get a lot of no's, you get a few yeses. That's just our business. And when I got the audition for The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, it was the Disney Channel. And I was like, Disney Channel? you know, I remember this is in 2004.
At the peak of Disney
Yeah,
like,
but
shows.
I was an adult. You know, I wasn't into
Yeah, I guess I
Disney
didn't
at
think
the
of it.
time,
Right,
you
okay.
know? And I didn't know it was a juggernaut. I had no clue. So when I told my agent, I said, Disney? He's like, yes. And he convinced me, like, you get this role and your life's gonna change forever.
Right.
So then, of course, I'm like, okay, let's go. So I put my effort into it. And the description was 20-year-old bellhop, immigrant, you know, excited to have a job in America, worked at this well-known, you know, hotel down in Boston. So I kind of did my background. I went in there and I used to audition for a bunch of Spanish roles. So I didn't want to do another Spanish accent. So I did like a very creative, fun accent, like, oh, Mr. Mosby, this is the best place in the world. And I just made him very happy. And I don't know, I did my hands like this and my shoulders, and I had a certain walk. And then I went into it like that, and they just loved it.
Wow.
And, you know, we were talking off air about, you know, between you and another person for a role. That happens all the time. So I nailed this audition. And I'm like, I didn't even get too excited because I'm like, it's going to be the other guy again. Because I used to go against really famous people. Now they're famous, but back then we were all on the come up, you know? And it's like Jay Hernandez, Mario Lopez, these different types of actors, Michael Pena. I was like, against Michael Pena several times. He doesn't know me, but I know him because I was up against him a lot.
Right.
It was one, and just in case Michael ever watches this, we were both up for the same role in Semper Fi, directed by Steven Spielberg, and you got the role and I didn't. And this was early in my career. So then this was my moment. This was the moment where I got the role and they didn't. And so I just went in there and I just remember the producers loved it. And they told my agent, we want him, but now we got to convince the suits at Disney.
Right.
So they had me do the audition again and clean shave because back then there was no facial hair on Disney. Believe it or not. It's
Wow,
different
I didn't
now.
know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had to get rid of my goatee because I went in there with a goatee to look extra Latino. And I got the call literally within 3 days. It all happened in 3 days.
Wow. And that's probably when your life changed forever.
Forever.
Like you mentioned.
Forever.
Before we end this interview, where can people keep up with you on CGTV's Instagram or your personal Instagram
Yes.
or anything like that? Just give us those links.
Well, anybody watching this, if you have any kids out there, teens or young adults that want to be actors, it's very simple. I tend to audition a couple times a year on the Big Island, well, not the Big Island, but Oahu. But I do go to other islands here and there, and I have one coming up May 31st in Maui. So if you're interested, you can email joy@cgtv.la that you heard about this from this show. Make sure you drop this show, and we'll make sure you get a VIP treatment for the audition. But just show your personality, have fun with it, and don't be self-conscious. Those are for old people.
Well, Adrien, thank you so much for being here. And
Of course.
I'm going to have to audition myself, too.
No, you got in. You're all right. I've been testing her with this interview. She passed.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's nice to meet you. Bye, everybody.
For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.